Hello, welcome to this lesson about how to list your data in MongoDB. You will learn how to use the different methods and operations, which is pretty simple because in MongoDB everything is simple, on how to list your data, how to make full text searches, and all that. So let's start. Okay, as I told you before in the first lesson, you have two options. You either embed the document in subdocuments or you place IDs, either by dbref, which is taking some overhead because it's linking like foreign keys and stuff, or you use your own IDs. But the other option is to embed data. This is great because you have easy reads and hard writes. So probably in case you can afford it, this is the best option because you got all the data, you just get it to the client. You know, you can define the fields you need and your data is there. You only need one query or maybe 2 or 3 queries, but you don't need to make all sorts of queries in order to fetch all the data you need. So the good thing is that you have a small number of queries. Then if you go through IDs, you have the option that instead of using dbref and depopulating the libraries, you have your own IDs, and then you do in your application the optimization in order to make the queries at the right time. The good thing is that you are in control. You define the place where you need to make the database access optimum and to optimize your speed and the performance. So it's great. It takes some time, so it's more complex than just using the populate from the libraries and just getting everything from the dbref. But it will have better performance because it's not lazy. So this is the good thing, that if you want to go lazy, that's great, but probably better use dbref or some other ways. But by doing lazy, you end up, unless you control it and you really know what you're doing, you end up having many queries to the database, and then your access and your users getting information is not as fast as you will wish for. And then the last option is rely on populate. So you define your dbrefs. When you're writing, it's very simple. You just write the object ID, the ID for the subdocuments. And then, you know, all the work is on query time. So when you are fetching all those documents and you need to get the subdocuments, you need to fetch them, then you can tell the libraries, okay, I need this field. Then I need this field, only the ID, or I need this field and populate. So which means go to that collection, which is not the one I'm querying, go to that other collection, fetch the document, and include it in the data that I'm working on. So those are the options. My favorite is the first one, where you have all the data as subdocuments and you just do one query and you get all the data. Operations. Okay, I will talk about the different operations, which is pretty simple in the base MongoDB access. First of all, you need to get the items. So you just send an object with find operation, and then you just send an object with all the fields you need to filter. So you need to filter by ID, you just get it, and you're just gonna get one because ID is unique. If you want to filter items by status, for example, I need the status published and published pending and sent, then you define a list of status and you got it there. You can define for other filters as well, but all that is and. So the data that it's getting back needs to satisfy all your filters. And then you also have the option to define which fields you want to get back. So you don't need to have everything back. You can define, okay, I just want the ID, the status, the first name, the last name, and that's it. And then you can control that in the front. So the front, they can define the fields that they need for a request, and the front is just getting those fields, so you don't have all the data. Then we have the operators. These operators you include in the queries. For example, you will do like that in order to search publish and pending status. You can also use operators for greater than, less than, that kind of thing. You also can define operators for regular expression. And also you can mix and or into the find operation. So that way you can define some or relationships that is useful in order, because maybe you don't want to get everything by and filter, and then you just want some criteria by or relationship. Okay, so now we go to the last section. You already know how to filter data, how to get, for example, one item from the database by ID. You will hit find by ID, and then you will get back the item. You know how to filter, get list of data based on criteria that you send in the filter. So you also can do pagination, pretty simple. So now it's time to do the other thing, which is search. So you will do something like that. You say, okay, I want to find, and I want you to do the full text search for nice cats. So the Mongo is gonna order and sort the items based on text score, doing like that. So you can say, okay, I want to search for nice cats, and give me, the documents. I want them ordered by, in the ascending mode, by the most important one to the least important one, through a parameter which is called a score. So based on a score, some people say score, other people say weight. Based on a score, you get the best match. So that's it. You know how to list your data, you know how to fetch data, you know how to search for keywords. So this lesson is complete. You can comment down in the comments and tell me about your experiences and what worked great for you. I would love to hear your comments.